Hi friends, and welcome to Ouroboros Tarot. Today's pick a card reading is looking into how they see you as well as your connection. And I have 3 piles for you guys to choose from today. Pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. Go ahead and pause this video if you need to. Take as much time as you need to find the pile that sits right with your energy as well as with your person's. And I will see you in a minute. Hello pile 1 and welcome to your reading. We're looking into what your person sees, so how they see you, how they see the connection, how they see themselves currently in this connection. I have oracles already here. We're going to get tarot as well, and then some advice, some guidance, if that is something that you're needing. So to start, pile 1, we have the bully, and this is how they're currently viewing themselves in this connection. So the light attributes are highlights your tendency to intimidate others, helps you confront the inner fears that bully you. And the shadow attribute is conceals deep fears behind verbal or physical abuse. We have the oyster, the salamander with the keyword being discreet. And then when it comes to how they are currently seeing you, we have the monk/nun. The light attribute is selfless devotion and single-minded dedication to spirit, and the shadow attributes are negative judgment of the physical world, excess piety. We have eagle, and we have the bobcat with the keyword being variety. So when it comes to this connection in general, pile 1, we have number 37, death. We have the flame, number 41, temperance, number 32, the hold, and we have a message for you. I'm thinking of you this very moment. Your love fills me with light. I love you. Okay. Okay, so how are they seeing themselves, you, the connection? I feel like for this particular pile, this is a connection that I feel like it doesn't have very much direction at the moment. Like perhaps the two of you are in a state of limbo. And I sense that this person really understands that there is an importance to this. Like they feel deep down within themselves that this connection means something very special to them. But they don't understand it. They can't quite put their finger on it. Like they're aware of the feeling, but they can't, I would say that they probably can't put into words how it is that they're feeling or how it is that they're seeing this connection currently. I feel like there could have been an ending here, but your person is not seeing it as like an actual ending. They're seeing it as something where there's this opportunity for things to transform into something completely different or into something healthier, something better. But they definitely still feel your energy, pile 1. I would say that like they feel your energy very strongly. If this is a connection where there isn't contact, I feel like they're acknowledging that you are very much so on their mind. And I think that for a lot of you, this person has a desire to contact you. But I feel like there's this understanding, like your person feels as though something needs to come into balance. And with this temperance card in particular, we have this scale in the center of the image, but the scale, typically I would picture a scale in something more so like justice. But then if we look at the 2 pillars next to each other, it's a man and a woman staring at each other. And I feel like there's an understanding here. Your person feels as though this connection is one that's imbalanced. One person is capable of giving more than the other person currently. And there's this understanding of how unfair that is. When it comes to how they're seeing themselves, I would say that this is somebody who is realizing that their insecurities are getting the better of them. They're realizing, or they're taking a look at the places that they feel weak. And I feel like there's some frustration here on your person's end for how they are showing up in this connection. I feel like there's this understanding that if this connection is to move forward, they are going to have to open themselves up. And yet they're getting in the way of their own happiness. And there's a realization that this is happening. There's acknowledgement that this is happening, but it doesn't feel like this person has reached a point where they understand what they need to do in order to change that. It feels like they are seeing themselves as somebody who is not giving as much as they should be, is not opening themselves up. It feels like there's a lack of vulnerability here on their end. I feel like for a lot of you, you may be feeling confused, or like there are a lot of questions that have been left unanswered. And it feels like your person is acknowledging that. When it comes to how they're seeing you as, it's interesting because the oyster is a card that kind of speaks of things that are hidden. Like there's an inner magic within the oyster that's being hidden, right, by this really hard shell. And also we have the salamander with the keyword being discreet. There's definitely something being hidden here on your person's end. And I don't think that this is something that is really alarming, like in the sense of like there's this huge betrayal happening. It feels more so like they may not like themselves, or I don't know, they don't think very highly of themselves when it comes to this connection. There's kind of a feeling of self-deprecation going on here from their perspective of how they're seeing themselves. But then with the eagle, what the eagle represents is the seeker of truth. Like this eagle is an animal that finds the truth. And I feel like they're seeing you in a way in which it's almost threatening, like it feels a little bit threatening, and it's not because you're actually doing anything to warrant these feelings. It's more so because there's such a strong desire to keep that wall up. And I sense that they recognize that you're not waiting. I sense that they feel as though you are somebody who has a lot of options or has a lot of different opportunities. Like it may not even be options in terms of like romantic options, but you're somebody who can really make gold out of the things that you're given, regardless of what those things are. So I would say, like, in all honesty, like they're thinking very highly of you, pile one, and they're thinking very low of themselves currently. And it could be for a lot of you that they have actually tried to forget about this connection. They've tried to kind of cut ties with it completely on an energetic level. And they're realizing that it's something that's very difficult to do. Like they're trying to put out the flame, whether or not this is through self-sabotage or like a self-sabotage that's not intentional, or whether or not it is. There's this attempt that has happened to put out the flame that's between you, and it keeps re-sparking. Yeah, that's what I'm seeing. Let's go ahead and see if there's anything that I've missed. Let's get into the tarot. Okay, Spirit, we're looking into pile 1. Let's look into how they are currently feeling toward you. Okay. How is pile 1's person currently feeling about pile 1? Okay, so we have the Five of Pentacles, the Three of Wands. What are their current feelings towards pile 1? Interesting. So we have the Seven of Swords and we have the Nine of Wands. Okay, let's keep going. Please clarify this Five of Pentacles. Okay. So I did see the Tower peek through as well, but I'm just going to go ahead and take this Ten of Swords. Why is the Three of Wands here? We have the Ten of Wands. Why is the Seven of Swords here? Please clarify the Seven of Swords. We have the Seven of Pentacles and the Nine of Wands. Why is the Nine of Wands here? How are they currently feeling? We have the Ace of Pentacles. Bottom of the deck is the Five of Wands. Underneath that is the Eight of Wands. That kind of poked through as well, which again is giving me kind of this message of like wanting to contact. I actually want to, I'm just going to take that. I want to get some more. Just for this Seven of Wands. Okay, Spirit, please clarify the Seven of Swords and the Seven of Pentacles. Seven of Swords, Seven of Pentacles. What are the current feelings? Okay, so we have Lucky. And we have Psychic. Okay. I feel like, okay. I feel like your person is very, very concerned, pile 1. They feel concerned that they are not being honest with themselves about the level of patience that you may have, the amount of time that you might wait. Like, I feel like this person is moving very slowly and they're recognizing this. And I feel as though they feel like their luck is soon to be running out in terms of the patience that you're holding for them, or in terms of you sitting there while they stay on the fence. And I think that, I don't think that it's something that they're worried about like in the future. I think that they feel as though this is what has happened, like this is what is done. And they feel almost like they rejected this connection in a way that ended up hurting them very deeply. And there's an understanding here that if like the two of you are ever meant to move forward, this person has a lot of things that they're going to need to release. There's a lot of self-limiting beliefs here. There are a lot of insecurities here that need to be released. And I think that they're recognizing that although they might want a second chance, it's going to be very difficult. It's going to be very difficult for them to regain the place that they once had in your heart. Like, I feel like they're under the impression that they are competing with a lot of other things that may have moved up on your priorities, that are now more important than this person. I do feel like this person is actively wanting to release these things. Like, there's a lot of hope here that there could potentially be another opportunity, like a new fresh start, but they're very unsure about the level of damage that's been done, is what I'll say. Yeah, that's what I'm seeing for you guys. Let's go ahead and get you guys some advice, see what's coming through. Okay, Spirit, what advice is there for pile 1 when it comes to this person and their connection? Okay, we have self-esteem. I possess the gifts of the soul that benefit me and others. Gratitude. I am thankful for this life and the opportunities that it presents. And we have forgiveness. I acknowledge that harboring resentment blocks the flow of love. Bottom of the deck is death. I am learning that endings are merely beginnings. So I feel like for those of you that are wanting to rekindle something, this is Spirit's way of letting you know that there is going to be an opportunity for something new, something different to come through. But there is guidance here to remember what it is that you are worth and to not entertain less than what you want. It's not up to this person or anyone else to make that decision for you, essentially. Like they could come through time and time again and still not give you what it is that you're asking for. And if you've set a boundary, it's important to honor that boundary for yourself, because it's not something that we can force on another person. I also feel like if you feel as though this connection was one that, like this reading was flip-flopped and you were this person over here, it may be a message for you to begin really working out this muscle of having self-esteem, of finding your self-worth. But obviously take these as they resonate for you. That's what I'm seeing for you guys today, pile 1. Thank you so much for letting me read for you today. And I hope that I will have another chance to read for you sometime soon. Bye. Hi, pile 2, and welcome to your reading. We're looking into how the person on your mind sees you, how they see the connection. We're also going to look into how they're seeing themselves in regards to this connection. And then we'll pull tarot to see how it is that they are feeling. So to start, when it comes to how your person is currently viewing themselves, we have the Hermit. The light attributes are seeks solitude to focus intently on inner life, serves personal creativity. And the shadow attributes are withdraws from society out of fear or negative judgments of others, refusing to help those in need. We have the Dragonfly. And we have the Gorilla. When it comes to how they are currently seeing you, we have the Honey Badger with the keyword being delve. We have Cobra. And we have the Midas Miser. The light attributes are entrepreneurial or creative abilities to turn anything to gold, delight in sharing life's riches. And the shadow attributes are hoarding money and emotions, obsessive fear of losing your wealth. Okay. And then when it comes to how they are currently viewing your connection, we have the Pilgrim, number 46, boundaries, number 8, imagine. We have number 37, Rainbow Bridge. And we have only time will tell. Okay. So pile 2, this feels like it's a new connection. Like I guess there's like 2 different ways that this could be interpreted. Like this is either a very new connection in which there really isn't a whole lot of history. And I'm saying this because it kind of feels like this person is more so creating a thought or an idea of what this could be rather than what it is. But this could also be a connection that's being rekindled after time apart. But it just feels like based on how this person is viewing this connection, there's this message coming through that they don't necessarily know a whole lot about this connection. And so what it is that they are viewing is more so in terms of their assumptions, is more so in terms of their fantasies. I feel like there's like a social protocol that this person is kind of emphasizing here, where especially if this is a new connection, it's something where it's healthier to not just dive in completely and just like lay out your whole life story and decide to get married right away. Although like I'm sure that's happened and it's worked out beautifully for people, but like with this boundaries card here, it just feels like they are under the impression that this connection is still in its youth. And because of this, neither one of you are in that stage yet where you feel comfortable around one another, in the sense of like, you know, when you... There's just not like a comfort that comes with like a long-term type of relationship where you've seen one another when you're sick, or you've seen one another when you're having the worst possible day imaginable, and you've seen the ugly way in which you respond to certain things. Like there's not this realness yet of like you being a human who's imperfect and this connection being one that has the potential to be imperfect. I feel like this person is seeing this connection as something that is potentially an opportunity for them to receive something that they've been looking for a really long time. It feels like they're idealizing. There's idealization here that's happening. But there's also like, I would say, a lot of hope. This person feels very hopeful. They see this connection as something that is very hopeful. In the sense of them finally reaching a relational dream that they've had for quite some time. But there's also an understanding here, like as much as there is fantasy, there's realism here as well. There's this realistic energy coming through with only time will tell. That's telling me that they understand that where this connection is right now with their rose-colored glasses could potentially change and shift with time as reality comes into play. But that's what I'm seeing for the connection itself. Like there's just a lot of excitement, a lot of hope, a lot of daydreaming, wondering, thinking of the future. So yeah, and then when it comes to how they're seeing you, how they're seeing themselves, I feel like your person is seeing themselves as somebody who is being very reserved, is really holding themselves back. It's being guarded. They are being very intentional when it comes to what it is that they want to display and portray to you. And I don't necessarily think that this is like a manipulative, like negative, evil tactic or anything like that. It's more so like they're currently in this position of like wanting to be on their best behavior, essentially like wanting to show you the best versions of themselves. But at the same time, I sense that there's this understanding within them that they're not perfect. They're not just all of these positive things. There's also, you know, a humanness to them. And I think that there may be a little bit of fear in allowing you to see that currently. Whereas with you, I feel like they are seeing you as somebody who, for a lot of you, is like has laid everything out on the table, or who has been very much so open about who it is that you are. And this could be because like you are somebody who has really gone through the ringer and come out on the other side and has made something really beautiful out of it. And because of this, you're able to share those stories that have pain in them, simply because like you've reached the other side, whereas potentially this person has not. That's like a very specific example, but I do feel as though your person is seeing you as somebody who is much more free-spirited when it comes to you being your truest self right from the very beginning. I think that they see you as somebody who has the potential to show them a lot, to teach them a lot. And I think that they also feel as though you are very curious about them. Like you're really kind of trying to pry things out of them in order to better understand them. And I feel like this person is recognizing that that is something that you want, and yet at the same time, they're not quite ready to give that to you. Yeah, that's what I'm seeing. Let's go ahead and we'll look into your tarot and see what comes through. Okay, Spirit. We're looking into pile 2 and their person. How does pile 2's person currently feel about pile 2? So we have the 8 of Cups. We have the Fool. How are they currently feeling about pile 2, Spirit? We have the 9 of Swords. How are they currently feeling? We have the 2 of Pentacles. We have the Knight of Wands, the 9 of Pentacles. Why is the 9 of Swords here? We have the 7 of Swords. And why is the 2 of Pentacles here? We have the World and the 5 of Wands. Bottom of the deck is the King of Wands. Sorry, I'm looking at these images and I'm getting a better understanding of it before I speak. I feel like your person has a very strong desire to go after what it is that they want, to take this leap of faith. They're seeing you in a very idealized perspective currently, and I feel like they're seeing you almost in terms of like being a prize, like they, or maybe, and I don't know if this is coming from like an unhealthy perspective or one that's just like a phrase that's being used in the sense of like they see you as somebody who is worth putting in the effort for, essentially. There's like a really strong desire to be brave here. And yet at the same time, I sense that this person is terrified that if they were to show you who they truly are, you would think they are a fraud in some way. Like, I feel like there's concern here that potentially them having not really been authentic and like shown all aspects of themselves in this connection as it is right now might be something that leads you to believe that they are not the person that you thought that they were, or they are not the person that they said that they were. I think that there also could be, for some of you guys, a fear of betrayal. Like there may be a lot of trust issues with this person. And I think that part of it has to do with, if that is the case, there's this underlying recognition here that a lot of the trust issues that have been created are instances in which if they had slowed things down, if they had not made up a version of another person and a version of another, of what the connection could be, if they would have just allowed things to pan out naturally instead of expecting something, they would have been able to see things more clearly, probably much sooner than they have in the past. I think that's like for a small portion of you, but that is a message that's coming through. And I want to get some more oracles to clarify some things. Like I feel like this person feels as though they've chosen you, like they know what it is that they want, and what they want, who they want is you. 8 of Cups and the Knight of Wands, please. Okay, so we have friendship. 2 of Pentacles, the World, and the 5 of Wands, please. Of Pentacles, the World, and then we have lucky. I think that for some of you, if this is resonating, there may be some messages for you in pile 1 as well. But pile 1 was also very different. I don't know. But there could be messages there for you as well. I kind of wonder if, like, there's a few messages coming through. Like, one of them is that there may be concern that potentially they could be friend zoned, or potentially this connection already has been friend zoned and there's a desire for this to be released. There's a desire for this to move on from, like, you seeing them as this Knight of Wands into seeing them as this King of Wands, somebody that you could have a future with, somebody who can deliver what it is that they promise they will, somebody who will deliver what it is that you are desiring. But also I feel like there may be some conflicting emotions here. Like, I think that especially if this is a connection where the two of you have had a history and you're rekindling things, like, if you've potentially spoken with this person about maintaining a friendship, I feel like this is a conflict for them. They feel conflicted about this. I mean, there's two different scenarios that I'm picking up on, right? So, like, for some of you who have a new connection, I don't think that these oracles really are for you necessarily. It feels like these oracles are more so for people who have been in no contact or who have just restarted something. I feel like your person, if that is the case, if this is a connection that's being rekindled, your person is feeling as though it's really of the utmost importance for them right now to maintain the ability to go with the flow, in a sense. Like, they're recognizing that they cannot control this. There are certain things that have to happen, and they're potentially seeing you as somebody who is very patient. And I don't know if this person has the same skill level in terms of patience. And it could be something that has gotten them into some pickles in the past when it comes to relationships and wanting to, like, speed things along when it's not at its natural course. And I guess that goes for both new connections and no contact connections. But it feels like there is this need to trust. There is a desire here to trust in what is happening. But yeah, that's what I'm seeing for you guys. Let's go ahead and get you some advice. What advice is there for pile 2? Patience. I accept that everything happens in divine order. That's exactly what I was talking about. So it could also be, if this was something that was flip-flopped, where you're resonating more with the Hermit and you're resonating with them being the Midas, this could be a message for you. I also feel like if that's not the case, and, like, you're reading it exactly how I am, this could be a reminder for you to listen to what your gut is saying. And if patience is something that you want to do, if you want to take things slowly, or if your intuition is telling you a certain thing, it's important for you to listen to that first and foremost, rather than what another person is desiring. What advice is there for? Okay, and then we have service. I feel good when I can help others. And we have growth. I want to expand my consciousness and my awareness. Bottom of the deck is honesty. I can't always expect the truth from others, but I can expect it from myself. So, I mean, another thing now that I'm seeing this honesty card come through, it could be that for some of you who were in a past connection with this person, there could be acknowledgement here on your person's end that they were unfaithful in some sort of way, or they betrayed you in some sort of way, and it's something that they feel a lot of remorse for. But everything here is indicating that there is a calling currently to focus on your own gratification. And if that means going out into the world and helping others, so be it. but the message here is more so to focus on your own growth, your own expansion. But that's what I'm seeing for you guys today, pile 2. Thank you so much for letting me read for you, and I hope that I will have another chance to read for you in another video soon. Bye. Hi, pile 3, and welcome to your reading. We're looking into what your person thinks of this connection, how they see you, how they see themselves. We'll also pull tarot to look into what it is that they're currently feeling. So when it comes to how your person is currently viewing themselves, we have companion. The light attribute is loyalty, tenacity, and unselfishness. And the shadow attributes are betrayal by misusing confidences, loss of personal identity. We also have the crow, peacock with the keyword being sensual. And then when it comes to how they're seeing you, actually no, this is, you guys got a lot of extra cards. More cards than any of the other piles. But one last one in terms of how they're seeing themselves. We have dolphin with the keyword being play. Okay. I don't know if I can fit all of this in here actually. So when it comes to how they are seeing you, we have the seeker. The light attribute is a thirst for wisdom and truth wherever they are. And the shadow attribute is an ability to commit to a path once found. We have virgin. Light attribute is maintaining symbolic purity of heart and spirit. And the shadow attribute is fear of intimate union. We have the owl. And we have the cheetah with the keyword being race. Okay. And then when it comes to this connection, we have number 3, knowledge. We have the village, the gem, healing, number 40. Number 42, be free, do what you love. I'll put that right here. And we have embrace. Through each other, you find the missing pieces. Okay. So how does this person see you? How do they see the connection? I would say first and foremost, pile 3, that your person thinks very highly of themselves. This person definitely has a lot of confidence, at least when it comes to this connection. And I would say that they also have a lot of confidence just when it comes to the connection itself and how the connection is going, where the connection is meant to be, what this connection means to them. There's a lot of sureness here. It feels like your person sees this connection and sees you and sees themselves as very healthy-minded, very healthy in one's approach to connecting with others. I think that they see you and themselves as both having secure attachment styles. I think that when it comes to you and how they're seeing you, there's a lot of trust here, is what I will say. This person trusts you, I feel like, with their heart and their soul. They see you as somebody who really can guide them, really has like a powerful effect on the decisions that they make, really like I just feel this like energy of guidance from you, this energy of showing them the path when they feel confused. Like, I think you help ground this person, and I think also they feel as though by having met you, a lot of really wonderful, beautiful blessings, a lot of gifts have arrived on their doorstep, and I feel as though a lot of these gifts would have never had the opportunity to arrive had you not shown up in their life. I do kind of wonder if for some of you, they feel as though you are somewhat you have like a really strong desire to progress things, and I think that they may feel as though you're pressuring them in some capacity to speed things along. I don't think that that's for all of you. I feel like with this cheetah card here, this could also be indicative of them seeing you as somebody who really is capable of moving things along yourself, like going after what it is that you want, creating a life for yourself. Like their image of you, the image that I have of you, pile 3, is one of somebody who is incredibly empowered within themselves, and it's something that's so strong, so stable, that I can't see it ever being taken away. It's very special, in all honesty. And when I'm looking at them and how they're seeing themselves, they see themselves in a very similar light. I feel as though they feel like the two of you are incredibly compatible for one another. The two of you bring out one another's best qualities. It feels like this person is confident in the way in which they're showing up in this connection as a partner, as a friend. It's just incredibly positive. I don't see anything negative here. When it comes to this connection on its own, I sense that this person sees this connection as something that is potentially a lifelong connection. Like, I think they see a future with you, and I also feel as though if this connection were to dissipate in some capacity, if this connection were to come to an end, this person feels very confident that it wouldn't be for forever. It would be something where the two of you always return to one another. This connection is one that feels like home to them, and it's something that they value immensely. Like, it's one of their prized things in their life, one of the things that they hold on to the most dearly. I think that this connection is one, from their perspective, that has really provided them some opportunities for growth, has really provided them opportunities to gain wisdom and insight that they once lacked. And all the while, like, this connection feels very freeing. Like, while there is this strong attachment to one another, or this secure attachment to one another because it's secure, there's also this ability for the two of you to be your own selves, to have your own lives outside of this connection, and I feel as though there's a lot of gratitude for that. I think that this connection may have been one that freed one of you or both of you from limiting beliefs on what it means to heal. Like, and I kind of wonder if for some of you, perhaps in the past, you or them were people who very much so enjoyed being alone, simply because when you were alone, it was much more stable. And it feels like, if this is the case for you, this doesn't have to be, this is very specific, but if this is the case for you, it feels like they're seeing this as like there was an awakening in which you or them realized that there is also healing to be found in connecting with others, and I sense that they found that healing, and you found that healing through this connection. Yeah, let's go ahead and look into how they're feeling. Okay, Spirit, how is pile 3's person currently feeling about pile 3? How are they currently feeling about pile 3? Okay, so we have the Devil, the Knight of Cups, the Knight of Swords. How does pile 3's person currently feel? We have the Six of Swords. Why is the Devil here? Please clarify the Devil. We have the Four of Wands. Why is the Knight of Cups here? We have the Queen of Pentacles. Why is the Knight of Swords here? We have the Seven of Wands and the Seven of Cups. And why is the Six of Swords here? We have the Empress. Bottom of the deck is the Eight of Wands. I'm kind of picking up on that same energy of like them feeling somewhat pressured, pile 3. I feel like they feel as though things are happening very quickly. And I kind of wonder if for some of you, you are wanting a commitment of some kind, like marriage, or you're wanting to know where things are leading. And I feel as though this may be confusing your person in a way. And it might not even be that you are actually causing this pressure. It could be that they just have this expectation that it's what you would want, but there's like this, it feels like there's an ultimatum being given, or like this person feels like the routes that this connection could take are kind of closing, like the options for it are closing. And I think that like they see this connection as one that they care for so much that they don't want to make a decision that they're not entirely sure about. Like they feel kind of defensive about making a choice that hasn't come from them, like within their, that hasn't come from them. I think like for some of you, if this next level in this relationship has to do with having kids or starting a family, I don't feel like this person is ready. It feels like they are seeing themselves as this Knight of Cups, and they're seeing you as the Queen of Pentacles, where like there's a great deal of love here. There's a great deal of care. There's a great desire for this romance to continue, for this connection to continue. And they're seeing you as somebody who is more ready than they are for whatever is going to happen next. They see themselves as a knight, and they see you as a queen, and not just any queen, the Queen of Pentacles, somebody who like really wants to lay down roots, who really wants to nurture, who really wants to ground something. Let's keep going. Is there anything that I've missed when it comes to how pile 3's person feels about pile 3? How does pile 3's person feel about pile 3? We have knowledge coming out again, number 34. We have nature spirits. We have home, and we have soulmate. Okay. I feel like if you've been worried or concerned that like your person is kind of like pulling away in some capacity, that's not true. This person sees you as their soulmate. They see there's so much love and care here, and this person feels like you are their home, like being with you is exactly where they're supposed to be. But there's also this underlying energy of like really wanting for things to happen naturally and at their own pace. Like there's a lot of gratitude here for the things that they have learned from you. But it feels like something right now is happening in an unnatural way, in a way that's not flowing. Very specific message. Okay, let's go ahead and get you some advice. What advice is there for pile 3? So we have adversity. I accept that challenges are the best way to learn. Okay, we have fear. I realize that I am testing my resolve to live in the energy of love. Honesty, I can't always expect the truth from others, but I can expect it from myself. And health. I will honor the physical vessel that enshrines my soul. Envy, I am the same as everybody, but with different challenges. So there's a lot of different things coming through here. Like there's a message of like really needing to be honest with yourself if this person is like based on what this person is telling you, honestly, what is it that you want to do next, and go off of that rather than what it is that you would like to have had happened with this person, or what you would have liked to have outside of this connection. Whatever the case may be, there's a strong message here of being honest with yourself. There's a message here about needing to take care of yourself, needing to put yourself first currently. And so also, like with fear and envy here and with adversity, it's important to really take time to reflect in this current moment, like in this current stage of your relationship, of what is guiding the desires or the choices that you're making, because there may be some underlying emotions that aren't actually helping you achieve what it is that you want in like the future from a long-term perspective. But obviously take these as they resonate for you first and foremost. That's just my interpretation of it. You know your situation best, but that's what I'm seeing for you guys today, pile 3. Thank you so much for letting me read for you, and I hope that I will have another opportunity to read for you in a video soon. Bye.